Could Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram split off of Stellantis quicker than expected? Possibly, especially with the news that I just got in today. Roll the intro. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. So we know that Antonio Filosa is most likely going to be the next CEO of Stellantis. He stepped away from all of his Jeep duties, which will be implemental and important here in a minute. And then we saw like chief of software engineering and other people from Peugeot step down, retire, or get fired, right? Which is another integral part of that Stellantis, that PSA-FCA merger, right? So we're seeing a lot of these Peugeot executives or people that were here pre-merger, Carlos Tavares era, stepping down or getting fired. We see Antonio Filosa relinquishing anything that he's doing with Jeep. Now, he is still the chief operating officer of North America. That still would be the same. But he is going to, I think he is going to end up becoming the Stellantis CEO. But one of the things, why this is interesting is we're seeing these moves, and also in the background, there's been board and executive talk. And don't get it twisted, the folks at Peugeot are not happy about any of this conversation of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram potentially splitting off from Stellantis. And Peugeot having nothing to do with the newly created company. It would literally be Exor, which, if you didn't know, is John Elkins' baby. It's his family's legacy company that owned, a big primary owner in Stellantis, as well as Ferrari and some other companies. But what I find interesting here, the big thing I find interesting here is the internal talk and talks with the Trump administration and officials on, even if there are tariffs and whatnot that are still coming, right? There's like a 30-day moratorium on it right now, right? Could Stellantis get a waiver from these tariffs if they are getting this agreement in place to put Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram into American hands? Why is that important? Well, once Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram is split from Stellantis, no longer a European company, becomes an American company again, they're not subject to these arbitrary emission standards in Europe, that anything they build here, even if they don't sell it in Europe, because the company is European, all of their vehicles have to meet that standard or the company gets fined. Now, what Stellantis was waiting for was, are they going to back off of this? And it makes sense to me. Now I know why Tim Kuniskis has been so hesitant to talk about new V8 options and new V8 engine. There's a 5.2 liter dual overhead cam Hemi that they've been we've talked about this. We thought Butter the Insider dropped this well over a year ago about that engine, and that it was going to be a Magnum, and it still could be, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's really a Hemi or not a Hemi, but they just throw the Hemi moniker on that engine. But I feel this is definitely big news. 3 of my sources in Stellantis have all heard the same thing this week. They are slimming down in some departments while bringing back executives in engineering and bringing back some engineering staff. So all of that is actually huge. That is big news if you are a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram fan and you want to see a revival of your brands. And I think that there is a very strong possibility that we get an announcement of something in that nature. It also explains to me why Tim Kuniskis said he was turning down the CEO role or whatever that we saw Mopar Insiders report. It would not surprise me in the least if we get an announcement before the end of February on this, because I think they want to have that last month of Q1 to get everything split up to go into Q2 ripping and roaring, right? Be able to have announcements, be able to build excitement around the brand. Is it an IPO that they're going to drop similar to what like Ferrari did in 2015? I don't know. I've been asking. My sources have been extremely forthcoming with me on it, that there's a lot of panic and a lot of also uneasy at the company, at CTC and some other places, because this rumor has already been going around. But seeing Elkin around and what Elkin has been doing lately, it makes a lot of sense. Some of these executive moves to do more to remove these Peugeot people from the process says that is a big indicator for me. But I'd love to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this move? Do you think? I think it makes perfect sense for them to do that. You can't compete with Ford and GM in this market right now with no emissions. These emission standards being rolled back to the late 80s, right? Without having the right power plants and products that customers want, you can't compete with General Motors and Ford right now. And I think they know that. And I think that's why this split is going to happen probably sooner than later. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. For you guys that are always asking, like, am I doing more auction content? Have I been back out to the yards? There are some new videos up over on TK's Garage 2 with some military lot walkarounds, aka the Lemon Lot, and almost an hour Copart walkaround. So definitely go check those out. But anyways, until next time, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys, so I appreciate each and every one of you guys that watch these videos. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. As always, stay petty, my friends.